Have you ever felt that deep sense of loneliness that seems impossible to shake? Or noticed a loved one quietly withdrawing from the world? For many older adults in the United States, this is more than a passing feeling. It's a reality that affects millions, and its impact on both mental and physical health is profound. Studies show that chronic loneliness can increase the risk of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even heart problems. Yet most videos you see online focus only on exercise routines or general wellness tips. What if there were practical, accessible strategies that could help older adults feel more connected, happier, and emotionally healthier without leaving home? In this video, we're going to explore approaches that are rarely discussed, showing how emotional and social well-being can transform daily life for seniors. But before we dive in, I want you to do something simple. In the comments below, type 1 if you or someone you care about has ever struggled with feelings of loneliness, or share a brief experience. Your input helps build a community right here, and remember, there's a very important message at the end of this video that you won't want to miss, so keep watching. By the end of this discussion, you'll not only understand the seriousness of isolation in older adults, but also be equipped with actionable ideas to start making meaningful changes. Understanding the depth of this problem is the first step, and that naturally leads us to examine just how strongly loneliness can impact both the mind and the body, which is exactly what we'll explore in the next section. Loneliness is often dismissed as nothing more than a passing mood, but for older adults it can become a powerful force that shapes both mental and physical well-being. When someone feels consistently isolated, the brain responds as if it were under constant stress. Research shows that prolonged loneliness can trigger chemical imbalances, increasing levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and decreasing serotonin, which regulates mood. This imbalance heightens the risk of depression, anxiety, and even memory decline. In fact, studies conducted in the United States have found that seniors who report frequent feelings of loneliness are nearly twice as likely to develop dementia. Compared to those who remain socially engaged, the effects don't stop at the mind. Chronic isolation can have very real consequences for the body as well. It has been linked to high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and even cardiovascular disease. Some experts suggest that the health risks of severe loneliness are comparable to smoking several cigarettes a day. Imagine that. Something as intangible as social disconnection can be as dangerous as a physical habit we've long known to be harmful. And because loneliness is often invisible, it may go unnoticed until its effects have already taken root, leading to a cycle of worsening health and declining independence. Understanding this paints a clear picture. Loneliness is not simply a sad emotion, but a public health issue with serious implications. Recognizing it as such is the key to motivating change. The good news is that there are practical ways to break this cycle. By exploring less conventional methods, beyond the usual advice of exercise or diet, we can uncover powerful, innovative solutions that directly address isolation and help seniors reconnect with life in meaningful ways. That is exactly what we're going to explore next, as we turn to strategies you may not have heard about before, but that can make a lasting difference. When most people think about reducing loneliness in older adults, the typical suggestions are joining a fitness class, attending church, or visiting a community center. While these can be helpful, many seniors either don't have access to these resources or don't feel comfortable participating. That's why it's so important to explore alternative strategies, approaches that are not only effective but also practical for different lifestyles and circumstances. One powerful method is animal-assisted therapy. Pets provide companionship, unconditional affection, and a sense of responsibility that can dramatically improve emotional well-being. Seniors who interact with animals often report lower stress levels and greater motivation to stay active. For those who can't keep a pet full-time, local community programs sometimes arrange visits with therapy animals, offering all the benefits without the long-term commitment. Another option gaining momentum is participation in online groups tailored to personal interests. Imagine an older adult who loves painting, reading mysteries, or gardening. Today, there are digital communities where they can connect with others who share the same passion. Far from being just screen time, these interactions create genuine bonds and spark meaningful conversations that ease the weight of isolation. Volunteering, even remotely, is another overlooked solution. Many organizations allow seniors to mentor young people, teach skills over video calls, or support causes they care about from home. These roles not only combat loneliness, but also restore a sense of purpose, which is often lost after retirement, or reduced social contact. Feeling valued and needed can be a powerful antidote to depression, and of course technology itself can be a bridge rather than a barrier. With the right guidance, older adults can use apps designed specifically for communication, memory stimulation, or social networking in a safe and user-friendly way. Families and caregivers can play a role here, helping seniors set up video calls, join interactive activities, or even share simple moments through digital platforms. The beauty of these approaches is their flexibility. They don't require drastic changes or expensive programs, but they create openings for connection, joy, and renewed confidence. What truly matters is finding the method that resonates with the individual, allowing them to feel part of something larger than themselves. Now that we've explored some unconventional ways to reduce isolation, the next step is to look inward. Beyond external connections, there are personal practices and mental health techniques that can strengthen resilience and improve overall well-being. In the next section, we'll dive into these complementary strategies that empower older adults to take charge of their emotional health. While building connections with others is essential, maintaining mental health also requires developing inner tools that help older adults cope with stress, improve focus, and cultivate a sense of peace. These practices don't replace social interaction, but rather complement it, strengthening resilience and creating a more balanced emotional state. One effective practice is guided meditation and mindfulness. Contrary to the belief that meditation is only for younger generations, studies show that older adults can benefit immensely from just a few minutes of mindfulness each day. Simple breathing exercises or listening to a guided session can calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and increase awareness of the present moment. Many seniors describe it as a mental reset button that allows them to face challenges with greater clarity. Another valuable approach is cognitive behavioral therapy, often adapted specifically for older adults. Through structured conversations, whether in person or online, seniors can learn to identify negative thought patterns and replace them with healthier, more constructive ways of thinking. This doesn't just alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety, but also empowers individuals with tools they can apply independently in everyday life. Cognitive exercises and memory games also play a key role. Activities like puzzles, word games, or apps designed to stimulate the brain not only keep the mind sharp, but also provide a sense of accomplishment and enjoyment. These small victories, achieved regularly, can build confidence and ward off feelings of decline or helplessness. Finally, establishing simple routines of self-care can make an enormous difference. Setting small daily goals, like reaching out to a friend, taking a short walk, or writing in a gratitude journal, creates structure and purpose. These practices may appear minor, but when done consistently, they help anchor mental health and build a foundation for long-term happiness. Together, these complementary techniques create a powerful toolkit for seniors to rely on. By combining external social strategies with personal mental health practices, older adults can find both connection and inner peace. And as we bring these ideas together, it becomes clear that the journey doesn't end here. In our final section, we'll recap the most important lessons and leave you with a message that could change the way you or someone you love approaches aging and emotional well-being.